This is the Secure Family Podcast. Welcome, friend. I'm Andy Murphy. This show is all about empowering parents to protect themselves and their family. I believe that security is the foundation of happiness, and I want your family to be safe and happy. If that sounds like something that resonates with you, subscribe to the show because there is always something new to talk about. The information that I share on this podcast is for general information purposes only. My goal is to empower you to make safer decisions for yourself and your family, because our safety is our own responsibility. Today, with the rising prices of gas and everything else, I want to talk about inexpensive but important ways that we can protect our home without spending too much money. All of that and more coming up on the Secure Family Podcast. On a recent Saturday, I was sitting on my couch when I got a text message. It was an automatic traffic citation notice from my state's DMV. It told me I had about a day to pay a fine or they would suspend my license for 4 days. Being who I am, I knew this was a scam. The crazy thing was that thousands of people got that same text that day. The message was polished, it seemed logical, and while the link was sketchy, it could fool some people. It was a reminder to me that people can get just about any phone number. A lot of times, phone numbers are on data broker sites, and scammers can legally buy our data and misuse it to scam us. This is why I use DeleteMe. They've removed my data from hundreds of data broker sites over the years, and they continuously monitor sites to ensure that a record doesn't get repopulated after it was removed. Go to joindeleteme.com/dad and use promo code DAD to get 20% off your DeleteMe plan. DeleteMe is a sponsor of the Secure Family Podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that is essential for every family: home security on a budget. In today's world, the safety of our homes and our loved ones is paramount. Home security systems have become a necessity rather than a luxury reserved just for a few. But let's face it, high-end home security systems can be pretty expensive. And the good news is that there are several affordable ways to boost the security of your home without breaking the bank. So let's explore some budget-friendly strategies to secure your home effectively. First off, let's talk about home security systems. These systems are important because they offer comprehensive protection and act as a deterrent to potential intruders. With features like motion sensors, door sensors, surveillance cameras, and alarms, they provide real-time alerts. Plus, modern systems integrate with your smartphone, giving you remote access and control from anywhere. That means you can keep an eye on your home, whether you're at work, on vacation, or just running errands. Now, thanks to advancements in technology, you can install a quality home security system yourself. So if you can use double-sided tape and then connect a device to your Wi-Fi, you are qualified to install one of these systems yourself. For instance, I recently found a setup by Wise on Amazon. I found a Core wireless home security system for $89. It has a keypad, 2 door sensors, a motion sensor, and a hub. Plus, it connects to other Wise cameras and products that you may already have. I'll put a link in the show notes if you want to see it. Now, if you're looking at Amazon, there's also going to be Ring systems there. And I want to remind you that they do have some decent home security systems, but they've had their share of privacy questions recently. So just keep that in mind when you're looking for a new system. And no matter what system you get, it is a good idea to pay for the monthly monitoring. Yes, that is an added expense, but that is money well spent. And just to be clear, I don't officially endorse any home security system. And if you're really on a budget, a quick trip to Walmart can get you a local alarm system pretty fast and cheap. Now, there's something that a lot of people have forgotten. In the old days, back in, the 1980s, before smart home tech, we had simple battery-powered alarms that made a loud noise when a door was opened. And those still exist, and they still work. You can get a basic set for around $10 to $15, and they provide a solid first layer of alerting you that there's a problem. So this is a good alternative if you don't want to spend around $100 and the monthly monitoring. You can at least get something that's going to make a noise to scare someone off or alert you to a developing situation. Now, before we go adding more gear, let's talk about something that most people completely overlook, and this is absolutely free. One thing that's changed over the last few years is how criminals choose their targets. They're not always driving around neighborhoods just looking for opportunities. They're sitting at home, doing research online. Before you buy anything, take 15 minutes and Google your address. Look at what comes up on sites like Zillow or Realtor.com. If your home still has an online listing, and even though it's been sold, the photos might still show the layout of your home, the entry points, and where your security cameras are. That's free intelligence for somebody who has bad intentions. Most of these sites will let you request a removal of your photos. It costs nothing, and it removes a roadmap to your home. This is one of the highest value, lowest cost security upgrades that you can make. I recently covered this on another episode of the podcast, but I want to walk you through the general outline of how to do this on 3 sites. On Zillow, sign in and claim your home. Then go to Edit Facts and hide or delete the listing photos. That's pretty simple. On Redfin, claim your home and go to the owner dashboard and choose the option to hide listing photos. Then on Realtor.com, claim your property through the My Home feature and remove the photos. Another helpful step is contacting the agent who handled the sale of your home and ask them to help remove the photos on your behalf. Now let's take a look at the physical side of security. Home alarm systems are great, but they don't actively protect you, and quite honestly, that's a big existential argument for another time. So let's talk about some physical defenses that every home needs that can be done for relatively cheap. Securing your doors is essential since they are the primary entry point for most burglars. According to FBI statistics for years, the front door is still the #1 way a criminal enters your home. Every exterior door needs to have a deadbolt, even the door between your garage and the house. If you're buying a new home, I suggest that you replace all the locks so that you have full control access of your new house. When you're in the store like Home Depot or Lowe's and you're looking at a lock, look for the matching codes on the back of the packaging so you can have one key fit everything without having to pay a locksmith to come out and rekey everything. I have been a longtime supporter of secondary locks for exterior doors. And when most people think about that, they think about the little chain locks or the latch guards, but those are just not going to hold up under any sort of force. People can kick right through your door even if you have those on. The best secondary lock on the market is from FlipLock. It's easy to use every day and it is built for that worst case scenario. It anchors into the door frame and distributes the force of a kick throughout the entire door structure. Yes, it does cost more than what you're going to find at a hardware store, but you can get 20% off your order at fliplock.com when you use the code SECUREDAD at checkout. Now, FlipLock is not sponsoring this show, but there's a FlipLock on my front door right now, and I think there should be one on your door too. Now let's talk about one of the simplest ways to make your home less attractive to a criminal, and it costs less than a takeout meal. Burglars look for easy wins. One of the biggest signals that they look for is an empty house. So if your home is dark night after night, then there's a clue that nobody's home. You can fix that with something as simple as a plug-in light timer. These are the inexpensive, usually around $10 to $15, and they let you schedule the lamps in your home to turn on and off automatically. Put one in the living room and maybe one in a bedroom. Because you've set up a lighting schedule, it's going to look like your home on a normal night, even though you're working late or on vacation. And here's a pro tip. Don't make the lighting look too perfect. If the light turns on at exactly the same time every night, it could look automated. Some timers have random settings where you can rotate which lights you use. It isn't high tech, but it creates uncertainty, and uncertainty is something that criminals don't like. Lighting up the inside of your home is important, and it's also important to light up the outside of your property as well. One of the best deterrents that you can have is proper outdoor lighting. This can be done easily with dawn to dusk bulbs that turn on and off at night. Solar-powered lights are another great option. They're easy to install, and you can avoid the cost of hiring an electrician because they work with your existing fixtures. There's even some light bulb security cameras that will screw into your light socket as well. This can work for surveillance and doesn't require you to run wires or buy expensive batteries. In fact, there is one made by Wise and it costs about $40 and it offers 2K video, motion detection, a siren, and it works with Alexa. So if you're renting, this would be a really good option because you don't have to permanently install it. And if you get that core home security kit from Wise that I was talking about earlier, this light will work with it, and I will put a link for it in the show notes so that you can see it. So let's bring this home. Let's say I am renting and I can't change out my own locks in my house. So I'm going to invest in a flip lock for around $40. Then I'll spend around $25 on a set of basic alarm sensors. I'll put one on the front door, one on the back, and the others are going to be on first floor windows. Next, I'm adding a timer for around $10 to $15 to make my home look occupied. Now finally, I'm going to spend about $45 on the Sabre Red Home Defense Pepper Gel. This looks like a fire extinguisher, but it's full of pepper gel. And I recommend gel over spray because it doesn't spread in a big plume, and that way it doesn't get on you, your family member, or a pet. And also, by the way, this setup assumes that you don't have a budget for a firearm and proper training for it as well. So in total, before tax, this is around $130, and that is a one-time cost. And that's not bad if you're just getting started. So to wrap up, securing your home doesn't have to be expensive. By using these budget-friendly strategies, you can significantly improve the safety of your home without spending thousands and thousands of dollars. The goal is to deter, delay, and be prepared. Home security isn't about having the latest tech. It's about being proactive and making your home a hard target. Despite what the big home alarm companies tell you, at the end of the day, home security is still a low-tech game. Well, that's everything that I wanted to share today in the Secure Family Podcast. Thank you, friend, for listening. Take back your privacy and personal data with help from DeleteMe. Get 20% off a privacy plan when using the code DAD at checkout. DeleteMe is the official data removal service of the Secure Dad. If you enjoyed this episode or learned something new today, I'd be grateful if you'd follow the show, subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, or leave a 5-star review. If you'd like to know more about the Secure Dad, join me on Instagram and TikTok. My username for both platforms is TheSecureDad. And of course, my website is thesecuredad.com. I'm Andy Murphy, reminding you that our safety is our own responsibility.